I'm Srividhya Sundaram, an instructional designer and an e-learning developer. And today I'm going to discuss about one of my favorite tools, Genially. And Genially has been so fascinating to me for the past 1 year. I've been using it a lot for my presentations, for developing ILT and BLT. So this has been an amazing tool that I have been using for a while now. So I would like to share some important tips, some pros and cons about it, how to create an account in Genially, and so on now. So Genially is a web app and it can be used both in Mac and on Windows. It is very easy to access on both systems. Now we are inside my Genially account. So this is the homepage that I have currently. So first of all, I would like to start with the different options available for us to use. So if I click on this, please bear with me, it's taking a minute. Okay, so there are multiple plans available. So this is the plan that I have been using for a long time now. But there are plans for student plans, EduPro plans, and then master plans, and they have different pricing. Whatever suits you, you can go for that. I'm going back to my account right now. What I would suggest is starting to use with a free plan because many features are available with the free plan. And in case if you want more features and if you really want to use Genially extensively with more advanced features, then you can go for a pro plan or a master plan, whatever works best for you. So if I start clicking create Genially, I end up seeing all the options that I have to create Genially. So I can make presentations, infographics, gamify. So gamification is one thing that is super easy to be done in Genially. You don't need any coding experience. That's one thing that I love about it because it makes it accessible for many people. So guide, the video presentation, interactive image. That's another thing that I like to use for my e-learning development. So let me go quickly click on it. So if I have to make an interactive image, so I'm going to just take one from here. So it's basically like an infographic, but then as I hover over these interactives here, I will be receiving some information about each one of them. So if I click on it, so some of them are mostly clickable. Yes. So you can see that you can access a video. This is more of an information here. And you can also see pictures. So you can basically embed a lot of stuff into an infographic. For example, I have another ready-made template here for interactive infographic. So if I like this, I can go here, click on this symbol, which is like a recycle, reuse kind of symbol. So once I click on this, now I can start editing, making changes to this. I can use this template like a basic template. Either if I like it, I can just keep it as it is, or I can modify it as much as I want it. So I can click here and then make the necessary changes. So if I click on this interactive here, it's going to open up a window and then I can replace the information here, or I can delete it, or I can just add more information to it. And then I can click save to make the necessary changes. The next thing that we can see is what all options do we have to edit. So for example, if I am inserting a text, so I can click on the text here, and there are like title, subtitle, just like any other tool that we use for instructional design and e-learning. So the next option is to insert image. So inserting image again gives you an option even with the free plan, because whatever you see right now is all from my free plan. So it's pretty much very cool. So you can drag images from your computer here, or they have images. The next option is resources. So under resources, you have icons. So you can click on any of these icons and then make it interactive, or just keep it more like an icon to support your information that you're providing. And the other thing is shapes. And graphs and charts are also here. And then you have options of lines and arrows, illustrations, or nicely done. I love illustrations. And then there are scenes that you can include. So this can be a whole scene, but there are tons. If you click show more, you're going to get more. And then the maps, you have all these things, resources that you could be using. The next is interactive elements. I think this is a unique thing about Genially, because it's so easy. You don't need to program this. So if I click on the home button here, now that I see the home button, I'm going. So now I have options to either replace it. Let's say I don't like it, I want to change it, I can replace it. And this is the animation part. So I can actually animate the icon that I pulled in just now. So we have animation entrance, exit, then hovering. And then if you want it to constantly keep animating, you can also choose that. And there are tons of options here, the type that you want it to be animated, and also the direction in which you want it to animate. So let me move on to smart blocks. Oh, I love this. Let me actually add a new page. So you can actually change how it animates by changing the time, the type of animation that you want to. And similarly, you can also see how you can pictorially represent to the audience the data here. And there is something which is a drag mode. That's another gamification piece in Genially. So you can turn on the dragging mode, and you have like grouping, just like how we have grouping in Microsoft Word or any other tool like PowerPoint, or like just like that, you can use this grouping tool. And this is another interesting thing, like locking tool. So once I lock it, so I purposefully locked this particular smart chart here, I won't be able to drag it. So you can do that also, and you can also unlock, obviously. So the next part is insert. So under insert, again, like I can insert stuff from computer, but you can see that once I hover over that part, it says it's for premium. So I haven't done that, but we can always record the audio and then insert it here. So that is possible, or we can do a voice narration. That is possible. We can also insert links here. And once we insert a link, we can embed it here. And here is the background. So again, you can change the background color. You can bring images from your computer. And this is another cool feature here. You can see pages, and the part here, the page transition icon here, helps you to hide a page, or you can even change the page transition. So if I click on this, I can hide a page here. So what this means as an e-learning developer or an instructional designer is when you have a first version that's already released and you're editing your document, you can hide this page and you can still keep working on it, but the viewer only will see the first version, but you can still keep working on the second version. Once this is ready, if you make it appear, then the user will start seeing the second version with the same link. So that's another interesting feature of Genially. You don't need to send a different link. Let's get on to some pros of this tool. So first of all, this is so easy and intuitive to work, and you don't need to have any coding experience. And it's very easy to collaborate with others on the same document. So let me, as we are discussing here, let me quickly get into a particular, maybe a gamification. So if I go on to a basic digital thing and then say I use this template, so I can collaborate with more people. So here is the icon that I have to click, and I can invite more people to collaborate on this. And then once I invite them, I can click. So that's another interesting thing. And something that is so amazing about Genially is just using your free account, you can create unlimited number of projects in your Genially account. There are no particular limit because you have a free plan. The con that I see, one or two cons basically. The con is it's not so compatible with mobile phones. I don't know if Genially has made a very recent modification, but it's not so compatible with cell phones. The other thing is in your free plan, you will not be able to download it. So if I go here and I try to use download, you can see the star, yellow star represents it's a premium plan option. So I have to either, so when I go here, I have to click all set here. And once I have all set, I can use the public online and I will be getting a link and that's what I have to be using. So I will not be able to download it. I will have a link which I can showcase it publicly or I can send it private is because I haven't used this private feature. So I am trying it now and I see that it's again like a premium option. A couple of cool things that I love about Genially is, so when you go to the main page and then you have this option more. So when I go into more, there are tons of interesting things as you scroll down. So my favorite ones are, I actually made a note of it so that I don't forget. So there is something called Message Mobile. So it can actually create a simulation, like actually you are clicking a message. So it can be used for gamifying. This is a cool one, like where you can actually ask the learner to click on the green button and then they can see what's coming up. The Fresh Flip is another favorite one of mine. And here's the Message Mobile that I was talking about. Then there is something called, here, Break the Pinata. That's really a cool thing to, again, like you can always replace the image that you have and open the curtain. These are some fun things to use while you are gamifying. And the storyboarding is something that I use all the time and I find it to be very useful when I'm showcasing it to others to give them an idea of what the end result will look like. This is the first step is more like a slideshow, but as you go, you can see when there is an interactive. So there is an audio that's going to be working. So whoever is going to receive an idea about how the end product will look like, so they can see this. There is also an animation that goes with it. So I can give all these things on my storyboard. So I can also show like how I'm going to include a variable here and how, because they have these icons, ready-made icons. So I used that here and it can actually animate. So I can do it in no time. So those are some features I really love about Genially. There are so much more, and there is something called a magnifying lens. So that's also an amazing tool. I think you should really explore all those tools and then see what suits best for you. Thank you for taking the time to watch.